India's embassy in Jakarta has clarified Defence Attaché Captain Shiv Kumar's statement on loss of jets during Operation Sindoor. Now, earlier this month, Captain Kumar had reportedly said that India did lose some jets during its strikes on Pakistan due to constraints by the political leadership. He also added that after the losses, Indian forces changed the tactics and destroyed Pakistan's air defence. The Indian embassy has now said that his remarks were quoted out of context in media reports and that he was actually conveying that Indian forces serve under the political leadership. The clarification comes after the opposition cited the defence attaché's admission of loss of jets, similar to the Chief of Defence Staff's statement last month. Now, the Congress said that this raises several questions and also demanded that Prime Minister Modi must convene an all-party meeting to answer them.
Of enemy air defense and destruction of enemy air defense is very, very important. As brought out by Bapa Tommy Domtomo, that India lost a lot of aircrafts. I may not agree with him that India lost so many aircrafts, but I do agree that we did lose some aircraft, and that happened only because of the constraint given by the political leadership to not attack the military establishment or their air defenses. But after the loss, we changed our tactics and we went for the military installations. So we first achieved separation of enemy air defense and destruction of enemy air defense, and then that's why all our attacks then could easily go through using BrahMos surface-to-surface missiles.
And let's also listen into what CDS and DG of Air Operations of the Indian Air Force had said on the losses of Indian fighter jets during Operation Sindoor.
What I can say is, on 7th and the initial stages, there were losses, but the numbers, and that's not important. What was important is why did these losses occur and what did we do after that. So we rectified tactics and then went back on 7th, 8th and 10th in large numbers to hit air bases deep inside Pakistan. Penetrated all their air defenses with impunity, carried out precision strikes.
Have we achieved our objective of decimating that terrorist camp? And the answer is a thumping yes. And the results are for the whole world to see. As for the details, what could have been, how many numbers, which platform did we lose? You know, at this time, I would not like to comment on that because we are still in a combat situation. And if I comment on anything, it will only be adversary. So we don't want to give him any advantage at this stage.
And my colleague Shivani Sharma is now joining us with more details. Shivani, what exactly did Captain Shiv Kumar say and why did the Indian Embassy have to issue a swift clarification to the statement?
See, Anjali, as we were hearing to that comment by Captain Shiv Kumar, who is the defense attaché in Indonesia, he was speaking in a webinar in University of Indonesia on 10th of June, where he made remarks, where he said that there were initial losses. And what he said was because we were not, we were given certain directions from the political leadership. So now the clarification has come and the embassy of India in Indonesia has said that these remarks have been misinterpreted, Anjali. What he meant was that initially the strikes were focused on the terror outfits, exactly the 9 terror outfits they were hit inside Pakistan during the Operation Sindoor's initial strikes. Thereafter, when Pakistan tried to launch attacks on our civilians, there was action from Indian side. So that was the decision that was made later. And as far as the losses is concerned, the admissions have already come in, not only from the CDS, but also the DG Air Operations while he was addressing a press conference. But he said that we cannot specify the kind of losses because the Operation Sindoor is still going on. It is not yet over. So we do not want to give that kind of an advantage to the enemy by giving out the details of our losses. But yes, what is more important is that the operation has been successful. What goals we had started with, we have achieved those goals 100%. There were more than 100 terrorists that were killed in the initial strikes. And what we've also seen, Anjali, is the kind of damages Indian armed forces have inflicted upon Pakistan most of its air bases still remain inoperable. So this is the clarification that
Right.
has come in, and it also says, Anjali, that there's no kind of pressure that Indian armed forces work under.
Right. Shivani, thank you so much for all those details and for that context to Captain Shiv Kumar's statement and also the clarification that has been issued by the Indian Embassy.